Good evening and salutations, my Beyond the Gate fans. Okay, so let's talk about Jacob for a hot minute. Okay? Now remember, yesterday I was really disappointed in him. I was disappointed in him. I was disappointed. I was really disappointed in his obnoxious ass wife, making that man sleep on a goddamn couch like it's the 1950s or something. I don't even think that shit was cool back then, but let's just move on. Okay. So once again, he's not there trying to be nice to her for reasons that I do not understand. And she's acting like her bitchy self. I don't like using that word, but I feel like it's appropriate in this situation. So he has a long day ahead of him. He goes to work, meets his new partner, and apparently this guy's a legend, right? You ever met somebody and under the first 40 seconds you're just like, you're just you're just that's the general way that I could sit there and describe meeting this man, because this man is an asshole, right? And, he's supposed to be a legend. He's like, hey, listen, I'm really looking forward to working with you and everything like that. The first thing that comes out of his mouth is, so, first thing you need to know about me is that I like my coffee and I like it black. And Jake was like, oh, okay, I see how this is going to be. Yeah, bro, you can go get your own damn coffee. Like, I don't know who you think you talking to. I'm not no goddamn intern, right? So he's going on and on and on about, Danny and, you're not going to sit there and get me killed by being all soft and weak and just general asshole behavior. And he pretty much just, at that point he was like, I'm done. He pretty much was just like done talking to him. And he called him a smartass when he left, right? And I didn't see that coming. I was like, you go, Jacob. You go. And you know what you need to do? Have that same goddamn energy with your wife. Okay? That's what you need to do. And when he came back, after he was not there talking, well, after he sat down, he was not there thinking about the last conversation he had with his wife or whatever about Bill and everything. And, you know, one of the things he did sit there and say was, listen, there's going to be times you're going to ask me questions about my job and I can't answer it. But no, we're going to stop that right then and there. Just like I wouldn't be able to ask you questions about a case that you're working on. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, that is fair. All that went out the goddamn window. And you know what? Let's rewind it back to that idiotic conversation that he was not there having with his wife. Okay? Because she wasn't doing nothing but making excuses for essentially her gun toting mom. Snit there saying, well, would you arrest Rosa Parks? I was like, hold on. Did this chick just sit there and try to compare Rosa Parks to Danny Dupree? Did you really just sit there and do that? When he came back, he was, getting the stuff ready, whatever. And, this is after she talked to her mom and, she was upset. And she also said, I don't know if I can sit there and trust you. I'm like, bro, your wife is broken. You need to get a new one. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be getting a new wife. Your wife is broken. And in some ways, she kind of was. Um, Trust issues because of her dad and everything like that. Go seek therapy. But when he came back, and when she came back, she saw him like packing the stuff, and he was like, "I'm not sleeping on no goddamn couch. Okay, my back is hurting. I gotta sit there and deal with an asshole early in the morning. And you know what? I'm done apologizing for me doing my goddamn job." At this point, she started crying and everything like that, and she was like, "I went too hard on you. I'm sorry." And even my mom was not there saying, how she was wrong and everything. So it was like, good. Sometimes you gotta sit there and check your wife's behavior. And on the flip side, sometimes you gotta sit there and check your husband's behavior. Okay, at the end of the day, your spouse, as much as you love them, sometimes they may get a lot of line and you gotta sit there and check that shit. Okay? I was so happy. I was like, I wish I would have saw this performance yesterday, but I'm here for it now. And I don't want to sit there and say the episode kind of goes downhill at this point, but I mean, that was kind of like the best part for me. Nicole was getting ready. She couldn't find her lucky bracelet or whatever with Eve. Eve was also talking to Ted, just getting some more insight about him, and him thinking that he's getting some insight about her, right? So Vernon and Anita are simply talking about this press conference. Now, they don't want to set they are or this interview for Nicole's award or something like that, right? Which I could have swore throughout this episode she didn't really ask me any questions about the award. She started asking questions about Danny and her the whole wedding stuff, and she answered it. Nicole answered it, and she was like, "All right, let's just move on. Right? We're not gonna go here. All right, this is about me and celebrating me for my award of whatever award that they're giving her." Meanwhile, Bill messing up. Bill's messing up. He wants to sit there and throw a press conference. Haley's like, yo, listen, we gotta sit there and let this go. We cannot let this woman be sitting there ruining our lives, ruining our conversations. Like, this is too much. And you keep antagonizing her. I'm like, bro, didn't you just sit there and get her arrested? Now you want to sit there, oh, I'm anticipating the Duprees, and Danny's sitting there trying to spin this and character assassination on us. I'm like, bro, listen, for years you've been character assassinating yourself. Okay? She character assassinated herself when she did what she did. I don't think they really have to do much at this point. But, she's kind of over it. She's like, all right, let's not do this. Can we just be done with this? Because, like, we really need to be doing, like, the whole honeymoon thing, right? While that's going on, Thomas is not there talking to Caroline about, yeah, listen, if this marriage goes sideways, that means Bill's going to be off his game. If Bill's going to be off his game, that means that I can't sit there and rise to the top. I can't sit there and do what I need to do if he's not out there, doing what he's doing or something like that. I mean, the point is like his marriage is the success of the company and also the future success of him. Anyway, he does the press conference and he does his usual. Danny did this, and Dan did that, and I'm the good guy, and my poor wife, and blah 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 blah. And meanwhile, when Danny when a reporter finds out, oh, Bill's not there holding a press conference. Then Danny starts, and she's like, I take responsibility, and, da 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 da. It doesn't really go anywhere. They just both put their spin on it, and they both sit there and try to make it seem like, they're the better person. The problem with this whole press conference is at the end of the day, we all know that Danny's the better person, right? And this is what makes this so much like I just wish that they would have did it where it's like, okay, maybe Danny was kind of responsible on some level for the end of her marriage, and he was also responsible for the end of his marriage. Like I wish it would have been like a little bit of both, as opposed to Bill just being a general asshole. You know, like give us something to sit there and debate about. It's one of those things where it's like, you know. Like even as the men's side, we sit there and be like, bro, listen, we would normally have your back, but you were an asshole. Like we can't throw your life preserver on that. We can't do that, nah, bro. I mean, hell, she like did some wait and exhale stuff, burnt down your house or car or something like that, and she got mad one day or drunk or something. You can do something, but you were the asshole. Um, Kat wasn't really doing too much of anything. Chelsea was in there talking about her threesome and everything like that, and just establishing that she's bi. Okay, cool. I think we kind of figured that out when you decided to have a threesome. Um, they talk a little bit about whatever business that they're gonna do, and it's just more of an update though. Now at the eve, oh, also I skipped the part where Mona, I think that's her name, Ashley's mom, which they still haven't given us the name of her, and Leslie's sitting there watching this press conference. There's one point Ashley's mom's like, "Yeah, you go get him, Danny." I'm like, bro, this this isn't sports. Like, what are you talking about? But there's a point where Eve and Leslie meet at the coffee shop or whatever, and Eve talks about how she was sitting there talking to Ted and just kind of getting to know him and stuff like that. Leslie's like, no, it's a bad idea. I mean, you don't want to do that. You're playing with fire. No, she's not playing with fire. She may sit there and learn another side to him that you aren't sitting there telling because you're too damn busy poisoning your own goddamn door. Okay, let me tell you how messed up this is. Okay, so because you were the jilted lover in this situation where you knew what the situation was, and you got pregnant, and now you're denying your daughter an opportunity to sit there and really get to know her dad because of your feelings. Like seriously, if I mean, on top of the deranged stuff that she's already doing, how selfish could you actually be? Like that is just so messed up. Um, and she's all like, well, there's not really much to know about him. Look what he did to us. I'm like, well, you're gonna have to sit there and find out the whole truth, not just what venom that she's sitting there spitting, but like you need to sit there and find out your own truth. Um, the stuff with Nicole wasn't really that interesting. I mean, she was talking to Eva, she was talking to her husband. They were talking about Eve. They were talking about Eve. It didn't really go anywhere. Like, oh, and then Danny just watched. She was looking at the press conference and put her phone in a drink and then told the waiter to get another drink. I'm like, okay, all right. So, what was the point of that scene? What was the point of you just messing up a damn phone? Listen, I don't know what Erica Kane used to sit there and do back in the day. I heard she was like the diva at Divas or whatever. We're trying to like recreate that or something. Because I feel like if AMC was a little bit more if AMC was a little bit more modernized, I could see her doing something like that, which is really stupid. I'm like, oh, okay, so you just trashed the phone just because. And when the waiter was going to sit there and get it, she was like, no, I want to sit there and watch this broadcast end. Okay, then. Writers, producers of this show. Oh, also, I don't know why, but Paul Moss was essentially trying to get Bill's blessing on trying to get to know Kat. I guess in a sense because that would be like her uncle or niece or whatever. But I'm like, he's not to try and hit on your daughter, like, you know. Um, I had something else I was gonna sit there and say, and I totally forgot about it. Um, but yeah, that scene was stupid. And then of course, he's sitting there asking Kat out, and she's like she's busy. She's gonna be out of town doing social media stuff or what. I have no idea what the hell this woman does. I know that Chelsea is a model, social media influencer, da 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 da. That's cool, right? What is Kat's job again besides being the pretty ugly girl? Yeah, that's the nickname that I gave her. I'm calling her the pretty ugly girl. Almost sort of a throwback to another teen movie, which is like my favorite parody movie. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. You have to really think of anything else. I'm gonna miss some stuff here or there. Yeah, I'm gonna miss some stuff here or there, but I think that's the general gist. Now, I'm not gonna be doing the live stream tonight because it's already like 7 o'clock, and I still got to sit there and watch and review General Hospital, and of course do a review on that. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna do live stream tonight, but I will be back tomorrow, usual time, 8 p.m., talking about all five of the soaps. And if you're a Hollywood fan, then I'll sit there and talk about that too. But Tuesdays Tuesdays just a little rough, you know. It's like, hell, if it wasn't for the fact that I watched Days of Our Lives and Young and Restless earlier this morning, I'll probably be done with everything around 10 o'clock, which is fine. I mean, it's fun, you know. I mean, it's a pretty cool job, you know. I watch soap operas and I talk about them. But anyway, Tuesdays is usually rough. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make Tuesdays like the designated time, designated rest day. You know, so I might do that. Might do that. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. If I missed anything, write in the comment section below. We'll talk more about this episode as well as tomorrow's eepisode, and all 40 other shows tomorrow, usual time. And yeah, see you soon.